going on, Hawkers?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Backpacking Podcast. John Kelly here with Jeremiah Stringer, the king of Kentucky backpacking, and wearing one mighty stylish poncho, might I add. And the Backpacking Podcast is brought to you by Outdoor Vitals. Live ultralight.
That's right. Outdoor Vitals is our title sponsor, and I do want to plug something real quick with them because their motto is performance first, ultralight gear, and it doesn't get better than their Ventus Active hoodie, which actually in Latin stands for the word wind. It's very appropriate because it is vented all down the sides. And get this, John, the medium only weighs 7 ounces. Can you believe it? Ultralight.
7 ounces. That's it. That's it. 7 ounces.
Yeah, so get yourself one at a discount today by doing their membership and paying the membership pricing.
Yeah, Live Ultralight membership. It's $10 a month, and it's basically a big savings account, which is incredible. Like, they're literally just holding your $10, and they're not keeping it for themselves. You literally just save it, and then you just put it towards whatever you want to buy. And you get discounts on top of that.
If you're ever looking for something to buy, by the way, you can actually, they're like a storefront for some different foods. And I would say buy a Peak Refuel off their website. You get a discount. You're not going to find it anywhere cheaper than OutdoorVitals.com.
That is true. So thank you to Outdoor Vitals for being our title sponsor. Jeremiah, this past weekend, I got to do something that was kind of fun. Two worlds came together as the Backpacking and Blisters podcast and the Backpacking Podcast came together for a backpacking trip. I met up with Carl Mandrioli and a bunch of his Patreons, or patrons, I guess is what they're called, from Patreon. But they're also, most of them were also subscribers to our podcast. And so got to hang out with them this weekend. But one of the strangest things that could have ever happened during that trip. And would you like to see that, Jeremiah?
I would love a little taste.
Okay, check this out.
How do you feel about that, Carl?
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen happen in a campsite. What is that? What is that?
Only in Kentucky.
Apparently, only in Kentucky.
Apparently, we did put our tent on a trail.
Oh my God. What just happened?
Did you try to warn him?
Weirdest thing. I just hope they didn't poop on the trail. You need to amend. We were sitting around the fire, and we start hearing music behind us. And with this loud Bluetooth speaker, which you know my opinion on Bluetooth speakers when you're in the backcountry.
I know.
Come all these people on horses, and they just ride right through our campsite.
Only in Kentucky, I heard.
Only in Kentucky. Where else can you go and have a bunch of people on horseback just ride right through your campsite? Only in Kentucky.
It looked like y'all was having fun though, man. And you got to see the beautiful horses. Although I don't know if those horses are allowed up there, by the way.
Well, I know they pooped all over Indian Staircase, so I feel sorry for the people that came up over the top and weren't ready for that. That's all I'm going to say. So, Jeremiah, real quick, we do have a special sponsor for this show. It's one that we've been using, or has been one of our sponsors and our first sponsor ever, and that's Outdoor Beards. We're huge fans of Outdoor Beards. I use them every single day, and I can't decide which one I like better. Do I like the oil or do I like the balm? I just don't know.
Why not get both, bro?
That's a great idea.
I love the oil. I also love the balm if I'm trying to style my beard. And I'll tell you my favorite flavors. Do not eat these, folks. They don't taste good, but they smell delicious. And I want to say smell like your grandparents. My favorite
Smell like your grandparents.
Smell like your grandparents, but only the good parts, because my favorites are grandma's pie at the moment. My wife loves this one. Smells like pumpkin pie. And grandpa's pipe. So smell like your grandparents and save 10% when you use our code backpacking by going to outdoorbeards.com and checking out. And when you spend over $35, your shipping is absolutely free. Maybe buy yourself the Ultimate Beard Care Combo Kit. Yeah, try one of everything.
Yeah, do it because it's some good stuff.
Got some soap in there at home.
So thank you, Outdoor Beards. You're awesome. We're so glad we get to be part of this journey with you guys as they are growing, and they're actually brick and mortar now.
Oh, dude. And it
They were
started
out of
here
the house.
first.
It started here.
It started first.
We are the reason. There, where
Now,
they
I
are.
can't say that, but if anybody else wants to sponsor, bring on the dollars.
We'll
That's
be the
okay.
reason for you too. So, with that said, let's bring on our guest for tonight. Last week we had a legend of the ultralight backpacking world and an entrepreneur and a true visionary for the outdoors. And this week we have a legend in the making and visionary for the outdoors with us, and that is Moondog Roop. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Man, it's good to have you on here. Where are you right now? Because I'm looking behind you. I know that's the guy. That can't be all your gear.
I'm actually in my garage, surprisingly. No, but no, I'm actually inside of our local gear shop. It's a place called Tourist Outdoor Gear. It's located in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And this by far, like without hyperbole, I genuinely feel this way, is the best outdoor gear shop that I've ever been to. Like they carry all the ultralight gear. I don't know if you guys are on our ultralight on Reddit. They just got a big shout out on there just a day or two ago. And yeah, this place is amazing. They carry tons of like ultralight backpacks, ultralight gear. Really fantastic shop.
Well, you were
And
even
they were nice
saying they
enough
had.
to-
You said they had like Six Moon Designs back there and Hyperlight and some other companies. That's pretty cool, man.
yeah,
What's it called?
they carry it's called Tourist Outdoor Gear.
Tourist
Yeah,
outdoor.
yeah.
I'm just giving it a quick Google while you're talking. Tourist outdoor gear. Go ahead. New
Yeah, if you're
Mexico.
in Santa Fe or even around here, we only have like two real cities in this whole state, and it's Santa Fe and Albuquerque. So if you're in either of those, just come here. But yeah, they have like right now I'm looking at like Snow Peak stuff, Tokes, Hyperlight. What else they got? Carry all kinds of books, magazines, anything that like if you're trying to like kind of like kind of go into like more specialized things. They carry all that kind of gear.
That's
I can tell you
awesome.
just one quick Google search, and I'm seeing way more things I'm interested in than what I already know about New Mexico. And I'm not going to lie. Most of my knowledge of New Mexico comes from Better Call Saul. I don't know if you've seen that, but
Oh, yeah.
it's a spinoff of Breaking Bad. Yeah, that's where
Right.
all my knowledge comes from. And this gear shop
It's
looks
pretty
legit,
accurate.
bro. It looks like
It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks like some of those places you go into, not to get too deep in the weeds, but some of those places you go into, a lot of it's so, I don't know if I would call it mainstream or what, but we were talking last week to Glenn Van Pesky, and he's the founder of Gossamer Gear.
Right.
And we're talking about like REI, not to throw shade at them, but everything's so mainstream. You're going to get an Osprey pack if you go there, or you're going to get a Gregory pack. But it's not very often I can go somewhere and see something like Hyperlight, or I don't know, something I'm really interested in, like a gearhead's gear shop is what I would call it.
Exactly. Yeah. Even like I'm a huge fan of this company that makes the tents, make these tents called Slingfin.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I love them. And so I mentioned it to Thane, the owner, that this is the tent that I used. And I thought like this company was just coming up with great ideas. Like a couple weeks later, I walked back in here and now he's carrying Slingfin. And actually, like
That's cool.
I bought like a different part of the tent just because he started carrying it. And actually, I got the Gossamer Gear Kumo Fast Pack from here as well. And so
It's cool.
he really supports all the like little brands, like cottage brands that normally wouldn't get this kind of attention inside of a shop. It's really neat that we could just drive down the street. We have this here.
Now, Moondog, I have to switch gears for a second.
All right.
Because it was just maybe a month or two ago, we got an email from somebody representing you, letting us know of your untimely demise.
You're right.
So people understand, we are seeing a very tame Moondog right now. This guy literally emailed us to let us know that he had died. and he was sorry to say we weren't going to be able to have this interview tonight. And we've had some really funny interactions going back and forth, but Moondog made the mistake of saying he would like to be roasted. And so tonight we are changing the fake news ticker, and it is actually going to be fake definitions of Moondog from around the world. So the ticker's coming up right now. We're going to get that going so you guys could see what Moondog means all around the planet. And hope you guys enjoy this. And Jeremiah, let's find out a little bit about Moondog.
Yeah, and let me add one thing there before you ask about Moondog. Last week, our Spotify listeners may have noticed that I uploaded a video version of the episode. What episode number is this? 200
212.
212. So episode 211, I uploaded a video episode. Just see how it does on Spotify. I'll do the same with this episode so everybody can see Moondog on Spotify as well as YouTube, and they can see the fake news ticker rolling across the bottom of the screen because John is absolutely ridiculous. Moondog, what do you think about it?
Oh, I love the idea of the ticker of put it on Spotify. Actually, I thought of the idea to because I think you all had sent me an email like the night before, and I had the idea to reply that I had died while sitting on the toilet inside of a Walmart.
Inside of a Walmart?
Inside of a Walmart, yeah. At like
You're
6
one of the
in morning or
bravest human
something.
beings I know if you're pooping in a Walmart. I just want to point that out.
We don't have a lot going on out here. You go where you go. Right?
It's Santa Fe.
Man, I read it by my girlfriend, and she's like, don't do it. She's like, actually, just like the week before, it had a joke go horribly wrong inside of a sauna, and like, it was like so awkward in that room. And she was like, "You remember the sauna situation?" So she voted against it. I was like, I think it'll go over.
I think it's great. Hey, we got our first super chat of the night. Want to make sure we get this up here. You can't read it because for some reason the program's making it look weird. But it says, it's from Derwin Off the Rails. Says, hey, just wanted to offer up a name for the baby. I'd be honored to share the name Derwin with the future stringer. I know it's really nice of me and all. Just the type of guy I am. Hashtag Derwin Stringer.
Make a good middle name, wouldn't it? Derwin.
Oh man. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. And then we have some other comments too, and we'll get to the ones about Jeremiah later, but there are some questions on here for Moondog. Let me see. He wanted to know, could you use the skateboard like a shovel?
Oh, there you go. Is that double duty?
I guess
Now,
you could, yeah.
And I think I know where they're going with this because this is our podcast. So you know
Right.
where there are shovels, there are cat holes.
There are. I've been carrying the Deuce of Spades for maybe like 5 or 6 years now. It might be time to give up that heavy piece of junk and just start carrying the skateboard,
That's probably it, because I mean that thing is just weighs too much anyways. That Deuce of Spades. I mean, that's a whole half an ounce. I mean, that's terrible.
Don't undersell them. I think it's 0.8. So they need to step it up if they want me to still carry it.
It's time to get those engineers out and get some work done.
Right.
Jeff Peters says, uh-oh, Moondog, you just made the city of Las Cruces mad at you.
Oh,
Nobody cares about Las Cruces.
It's Las Cruces for Moondog, and it's Mississippi for Mr. Backpacking with Jason,
Great.
sir.
We have like aliens dropping in like every 2 weeks. They never drop into Las Cruces. They're like, oh no, let's just keep going. What Albatross?
That's awesome. Okay, let's get down to it. You're doing something, and I was serious when I said you're kind of a visionary. You're doing something that most people don't even know about.
I never heard of it.
Tell
before
us
you'd even-
about skate packing.
Yeah, so basically, it's essentially ultralight hiking with a skateboard. And so there's kind of two different ways that you could do it. You could do it like primarily on the roads, in which we like use longboards, and you're just like on pavement most of the time, and then just kind of hiking for fun. You could also like the first trail I ever through skated on was on the Florida Trail, and so I hiked like 800 miles of it, and then skated whatever the rest is, like 300, 350. So whenever you just hike when you want to hike it, skateboard when you want to skateboard.
That is what. Now, okay. The Florida Trail has a lot of swamps and some crazy terrain. Where were you actually skateboarding on that trail?
So a lot of what they call connectors, like so when you're not on the trail, you're generally walking on like a road or a sidewalk. And so I'm actually not the first guy that came up with this idea. It was a guy named Alex Fote, and I read this story about him, and yeah, it was a clever way to bypass the road sections in a way. Just whenever you hit pavement, you just drop your board and go.
I'm going to be honest with you. I hate hiking on pavement.
Me too.
Oh, it's way more fun to
despise
skate.
it. I despise it.
Yeah.
So now, if I had balance, I would try skateboarding. But I'm just going to
use
get
your
real with
trekking
you.
poles. Bring 2 trekking poles that just kind of ski your way down the road.
Oh, now there's an idea, almost like skiing with a
Now-
skateboard.
Yeah.
What's
That's a
those
great
shoes
idea.
called? What's the ones that have they got the wheel and the heel? Heelys?
Oh, little
Oh,
kids
Heelys,
have?
yeah.
Yeah, what if we made a hiking shoe that was also a Heely? So then I didn't have to carry the skateboard, but I could still skate pack. What do you think about that?
I think
He's
that would
pausing.
only be good.
There's got to
Yeah.
be something
That's
said
like a
there.
terrible
He just
idea,
paused for the
Jared,
answer.
It's
That sounds
probably
terrible.
fantastic if you're 15. If you're out of high school, bypass this idea.
Oh, you're saying there's an age limit to this?
Probably. I mean,
All
the
right.
thing is, you guys are married, all right? So you've got that sorted out. How many partners do you think you would get if you get to the road section and you just start scooting down in your Heelys? It
might
would
be
be
a
a tough
repellent.
sell. Right?
No, I think you might be right on that one.
Oh my
Probably.
gosh. That's just funny. That's just
So
Hey,
did you hear
funny.
Jeremiah.
about- Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, buddy, I'm having a hard time understanding you. Do you mind speaking English?
Oh my God! The roasting begins.
Now, people have to
Just
understand,
like 20 minutes.
Moondog's been on a few of these live streams the last few weeks, and he's left some hilarious comments. So he knows us. This is fantastic, Jeremiah. I'm very happy right now. I just want to say it. I'm just very
You know
happy right
what?
now.
If I may roast myself, I listened to your podcast for an embarrassingly long time before I realized that it was a live stream. I mean, like possibly a year. And I was like, how are people making comments? Because I've always just listened to you on Spotify.
Well, that's probably our fault. Maybe we should say that the episode's being live streamed. I think we just bypass it. That's an oversight on our part. What do you think, John?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I think we just kind of get going and we don't think about it. That's just us.
I may also just be an idiot, so it could be both. Right?
I don't think so. No.
No, I don't think so.
We don't put idiots on our show.
Oh,
That's almost
I
it.
beg to differ.
We
I don't know if that was a self shot or a roast.
Right. You've been putting them on since episode 1. I mean, in fact, they're probably on every week.
Oh my gosh, that's just hilarious.
I am enjoying the ticker. If anybody's reading it about the origins of the Moondog name, what is the original origin story, the true story, and not about the what does it say? Something about a nude dog behind. What's the true?
The Norwegian, you're talking about the Norwegian definition of Moondog?
Yeah. Something about
no,
in the nude. What's the actual origin of the Moondog Roop name?
So Moondog is my trail name, and it was given to me by a friend because somebody else was trying to give me the trail name Skater Boy. And her and her husband were like, "This is an awful name. You can't go with that." And so for her birthday, she ended up picking the name Moondog, and it actually just came about from a nickname that a girlfriend used to call me every once in a while, and or an ex-girlfriend called me, and from a movie called The Beach Bum, and so it's a great movie. Don't watch it with your kids. Say what?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
great
yeah, it
movie.
came from that movie. Yeah, fantastic movie, right?
Hey, we got questions
up?
for you, man. What shoes does he wear? Skate shoes or hiking shoes?
So I actually wear the exact same shoes when I'm hiking and when I'm through skating, and wear the Ultra Lone Peak 6s at the moment.
Okay, well, somebody was actually wondering if you wore Ultras, but they were wondering if you were wearing Ultra Heelys.
You know, I should bring that up to them. Well, Jeremiah, you know what? The Jeremiah Stringer Heelys, which should be the new merch.
It won't happen because you just said Jeremiah and merch in the same sentence.
Right, yeah.
So it'll never
Killing our
happen.
dreams, man.
He plays with our emotions. He gets us all hyped up and excited, and then he just leaves us hanging every time.
You put that pesky word merch in there. I thought we were all making money tonight, but then he added in the word merch. I thought maybe some of that Heelys money could go to you, all those adolescents that are through skating on their Heelys.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, here's another question for you. This is an interesting one. Could Moondog change the board to oversized off-road wheels and then go on real trails?
So they do make boards, even with like inflated tires. Kind of my thoughts on it are like generally, whenever I'm through skating, I'm wearing hiker clothes, right? And so stuff is paper thin. And on those boards, you're generally attached to them. So if you go down, it's not going to go well for you. It would be a possibility, but those boards are also like probably like 12 pounds or something.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet. That's not good
My
base
pack's
weight.
about 9, so yeah, it wouldn't work.
That makes sense. Okay, so that is a question, though. So base weight is a big deal for backpackers.
Right.
What kind of base weight are you carrying with a skateboard?
I'm generally about 9 pounds with gear of base weight, and then depending on the board that I bring, it's generally about either 6 pounds or about 9 pounds. And so, like the 9-pound board, I don't keep attached to my pack; like I just carry it. But whenever I'm carrying the 6-pound board, it's kind of like your conventional popsicle stick with larger wheels on it. Whenever I'm carrying that, I strap it to my backpack.
Okay, that's interesting. So you're talking with that, you're probably looking at like 18, 19 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
You know, that's still not bad considering you're carrying a skateboard with you.
Yeah, that's way less than me, man.
Right.
And I'm not.
That's less than Jeremiah, what he would consider ultralight.
Yeah. You know, actually, I have beef with somebody that was on this show. I think his hiker name is Frozen. You had him on just like 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So I'm pretty sure, I cannot confirm, but I'm pretty sure that me and this guy fought on Reddit on our ultralight about whether or not it is ultralight to carry your chair or not. And I totally disagree with his opinion. And I think only a fool would hold his opinion. And I'm calling him out now.
Oh, wow. He's on the PCT right now. I'm following his Instagram.
I wonder if he's like watching on the trail right now. Frozen, if you're watching, let's get this started. Let's get Turf War, our first ever Turf War on the podcast right now. Right now.
Right. He's on the
Moondog
first bus
and
in Santa
Frozen.
Fe.
Yeah, when I was listening and when he said that, I was like, I just had this argument on Reddit just like a few days before. And I totally disagree. Anything you want to carry, if you are under 10 pounds, you're ultralight. And I'm interested in your opinions on it. And if you have to call them out, I'm okay with that too.
John hosted him on the show. I was off that week.
Oh, don't you use that as an excuse to get out of this. Don't you do that.
What's Frozen's parameters on ultralight? How much did he say? I watched the show, but I can't remember.
He said it's just getting your weight as light as you can without stuff you don't need, like without carrying things you don't need.
Oh,
that's basically what he said. So
no, I need a 3.5 pound chair. That's ultralight. It's half my base weight.
You know what? If you carry 6 pounds of gear and a 3.5 pound chair, in my opinion, you're still ultralight.
I mean, I'm doing better than 99% of people. Now, unfortunately, my pack is like 40 pounds. And that includes the 3.5 pounds. So
Mostly chocolate. Mostly chocolate and a steak.
it's mostly
Right.
chocolate. Yes. That's not a lie.
Oh, we got a real quick super chat on here. Gotta make sure we get this on here. It's from Spencer Davis. Says, unfortunately, I have to sign out for the night. Can't wait to listen Wednesday. My last question is, longboard or shortboard?
Oh,
I
look
do
at that.
both.
Nice.
So
Which one's better?
yeah, I do like a shorter board if I'm going to be on trails most of the time. If I'm sticking to the roads, I do a longboard. I ride what's called a Pantheon longboard, and Pantheon's the company that makes it, and they make things for long distance. And so, like, if you go to what they call ultra skates, and it's kind of like as far as you can skate for 24 hours, like. Most of the boards there are made by Pantheon. They're just great at going long distances in a straight line.
Nice. Nice. We have a comment here from Jeff Peters, and it's fantastic. We got to put it out here. He said, the inaugural rumble of the Hiker Wrestling League, Moondog versus Frozen. We created something like 3 years ago with Jeff Garmeyer, and it was it was the Hiker Wrestling League. And we just kind of named well-known hikers, and we wanted to have them in wrestling matches. Like, we wanted to have Darwin and Dixie go at it, and Dan Becker, and I forget who he was going against, but like we had all these people going against each other, and it looks like we're gonna have you and Frozen go at it, and we're gonna put you gues in a steel cage. I think we
I'm
do
for
a
it.
steel cage with an ultralight backpack hanging on a pole.
Hang on. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Are we doing like a Money in the Bank match where he has to climb the ladder? To get the
Yeah.
backpack?
Yeah, we gotta have that. We're gonna hang the ultralight pack from above. They have to climb outside the cage, get on top of the cage, and then climb on a ladder above that to get to the backpack.
Yeah, this is not OSHA approved, folks. I'll go ahead and tell you.
Oh, but it's like Hunter Hearst Helmsley approved, Triple H approved.
You know what?
100%.
I don't want to sound too confident, but I think I've got it because like by the time I'm up at the top, Frozen's gonna be on the ground debating whether a chair is ultralight or not.
Oh man, this
Well,
is
let's
happening
hear-
right now.
You know what? I did try to message him on Instagram to see if that was really him and to bringing this up tonight. And I never heard back from him. And so I want to say that like he actually has no idea that this is going on. I feel a little bad. But,
Totally blindsided him.
reply to me, you coward.
Now let's hear the tale of the tape here. I think Frozen. He's not a huge guy, is he? He's like I mean he's under 6 foot, right? I put him at.
He's shorter than I am. I think he's like 5'6", 5'7", isn't he?
Let's make up his measurements so we can compare him to Moondog's. Let's call him 5'6", 145. Moondog.
Let's give him 150. Let's give him 150.
150,
He's married
okay.
now. He's married now.
Yeah. Simple. Yeah. All right, Moondog. What's your body measurements here? You got about an 8 foot wingspan.
6 foot, 150.
Ooh.
Oh, you got the reach advantage.
But the weight is the same, so they would be in the
Right.
same weight class. So the question is, who's quicker? You know, and who's got more strength? So let's go. We're gonna have to see. That's man. This is
I might have to-
Jeremiah.
whatever-
We're gonna have to book this match. We're gonna have to book it.
Yeah, I would like to change my vote. I think he would win.
Never bet on yourself.
I've
Well-
lost all confidence.
Frozen has something now he didn't have before.
What's that?
He's got dad strength.
Oh yes.
You
man,
gotta
he's got
call that. You gotta count that because that's a thing, man. The moment you have kids, suddenly you have dad strength. You're able to do things you weren't able to do when you were younger. So I'm just saying, it could be ugly for you, Moondog. I don't know if I'd want to have that fight if I was you.
Yeah, I'm still in though. But like maybe at the end, whenever he finishes the PCT, whenever he's like 10 pounds less than he is now, before he's had a good meal, that's when I would like to get this set up.
We'll
Nice.
set it up for his finish date. Yeah, you
Oh.
can let your be the skateboard.
Frozen
be
is
a
a
step
stone
here.
cold savage, is what somebody just posted. Stone
Oh, yeah.
cold savage. Oh my gosh, this is
Beat
fantastic.
me.
I love when episodes go off the rails. This is the best.
I
So
know.
I've been
I gotta be
harboring that for weeks.
From our communication with each other, like I knew this was gonna be like the direction this thing goes in. I just knew for a fact. Hey, we do have some comments. So I need to make sure we get these in here because there were some really good ones. Have you ever considered using a carbon fiber board?
I have. I actually have one sitting in the garage right now that I haven't actually set up. One of the issues with carbon fiber boards is they're not as sturdy. And so I kind of worry about being out like a couple 100 miles out in the middle of nowhere and having a hard time replacing a board, like if I had some kind of problem. Generally, the equipment that I carry is board wise is because of how sturdy it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I know like carbon fiber trekking poles have more issues than like aluminum ones. So yeah, that totally makes sense.
So, I mean, they're extremely light, and probably the technology is getting better. I just haven't brought it out for 100, 200 miles, something like that.
Fair enough. Well, the Pizza Ninja wanted to make sure that we knew that he once had a case of the Moondogs on the trail after eating Mountain House. So
And I apologize for giving that to him.
You're welcome.
There's not too many people make me laugh this much. This is fantastic. Now, this is actually a nice comment. Hiked out of Cimarron, New Mexico twice for Philmont, and then followed up with most beautiful part of the country.
That's probably true. We have a lot of great beauty here.
Yeah, New Mexico seems to be beautiful. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go. Would you be willing to do an extra show with us sometime, and we'll do a horse packing podcast spinoff show?
Absolutely.
A horse packing podcast.
Horse packing podcast. But we have to have a Bluetooth. We have to have a Bluetooth speaker that's way too loud. That's part of it.
Hey,
it could be done. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we could do it. I think so. Let me see if there's anything else on here that would actually be worthwhile to you at all. Have you ever gone? Okay, here's one. Have you ever gone skateboarding in a poop hammock?
Skateboarding in a poop
What is a poop hammock?
How's the logistics work?
Oh, you don't know about the poop hammock?
I don't know about the poop hammock.
We need a history lesson.
Bro, if I had royalties on this poop hammock, I'm telling you, I'd be a rich man. Because I feel like I talk about it more than any person on earth. ThePortaprivy.com for anybody that wants to buy one. I don't even know if he's still selling them.
I don't know. I haven't looked in like a year.
You can go try to buy one if you want to. ThePortaprivy.com. So, it's like a hammock seat. You seen the hammock chairs? You got to have trees that are shoulder width apart. You got a little hammock chair. Well, this one has some suspension system on it that's very simple and easy to set up. And it's a hammock chair, but it has a hole in the middle, just the right size of a toilet seat. So then whenever you want to poop, you just dig your hole under it and set up your hammock, your poop hammock, or AKA the Porta Privy, and then you sit in it and you poop through it. And then it's literally like sitting on a toilet in the woods. You can set it whatever height you want. If you're short or tall, you can make it as wide or as narrow as you want for whatever size dimensions your butt is. I mean, it works out perfect.
This feels like technology has gone too far.
John, can you show him a picture of it? Can you bring that website up?
I'll look it up right now.
See if you can see it. The Porta Privy, man, I'm telling you, if you haven't used it, well, you're probably if you have used it, you're probably not an ultralighter. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it portaprivy.com?
The Portaprivy.com.
The Porta Privy?
Include the.
Okay, I didn't include that, and I got something that did not look right.
Okay, you got to go to Thomas's side. That other stuff is great value version. You don't want an equate Porta Privy. You
don't want equate. That's for sure. No, so here's the Porta Privy right here, so you can get a good look at what we're talking about.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
I will do what I can. I can't promise anything right now. Let me see if I can open this in a new tab and see if that'll show up for us here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Well, let me zoom in.
Maybe you can see that a little bit.
Let's see.
Oh, that's that zoomed out. Oh, it's zooming out. Okay.
There we go.
Okay,
there we go.
Can you see that, Moondog?
Oh yeah. You know what that reminds me of is those old pajamas. Remember, like the red onesie that had the trap door in the back.
And you button them up. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, he should put a trap door on.
Your title sponsor should look into that. Bring those back. How
Outdoor
much
Vitals could be making some
fabric
money, man.
technology do they have? Exactly.
That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all.
Kick that
Bring
down to
it,
Taysom. Huh?
bring it to the Mike Lindell of ultralight gear.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And here
Hey,
we are
I had
changing
a-
lives.
I had a related question about the carbon fiber skateboard. You talked about the durability of it a little bit. I think you threw that in there. And I was curious, you're in the skateboarding world. Something I never understood is guys are skating around and stuff, and then they just get really angry, it seems to me. And I could be wrong. Maybe I'm projecting. But it seems to me that they get really angry and just stomp right through their board and break it in half. Can you give me I'm a lame man. Can you just give me the down low on what is happening there? Am I painting the proper picture?
Right. So generally, when you land on the board, you're landing on the right above the wheels and on the trucks.
Uh-huh.
And so and generally the board is moving at the same rate at which you are. And so you're not really like landing on it as hard as you would if you just sat it on the ground and stomped in the middle. Right in the middle, there's nothing below it to kind of take the blow of that pressure. Towards the edges, you have the trucks, and so the energy gets dissipated.
But
Does that
they
make
are
sense?
yeah, that the physics of it makes sense. I'm a math guy.
Oh,
But I'm not wrong, am I? They're purposefully breaking the board out of anger.
right. Yeah, just anger issues is really the only explanation for that.
Okay. Well, I was
So-
confused because I was like, well, I guess you're done skateboarding for the day because now there's no more skateboarding. It's literally just
You just
Right.
sound like a math teacher, Jeremiah. Well, I guess
Yeah.
you're done skateboarding for the day.
that's the teacher in me.
That's what it just sounded like. You just sounded like a high school math teacher right there.
You
Hey, we
go
got
to
a super
skate
chat. We
parks
got a
and just
super
wag
chat.
your finger.
Derwin sent us another super chat. Said, "Hey, that's my phrase. First warning for use of off the rails." So apparently somebody said off the rails in the comments somewhere, and he was not pleased. So, but thank you, Derwin, man. I think he's like the only person who really like funds our podcast. I think he gives us more money than our sponsors do sometimes.
He's
So
single-handedly funding the diaper fund for the future stringer.
he really is. We got some more questions for you here that I want to make sure these are good ones. I mean, this is great. Chris Aconi said a couple holes and a bare hang line turns that skateboard into a swing.
Oh.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
Test
nice
it,
little
test
seat
it
when you're
out,
camping.
video it. Send it to me. Yeah, I use it as a chair sometimes. Unfortunately, like whenever you're carrying that thing, it doesn't have a lot of purposes, and so sometimes it's a chair, sometimes it's like a little dinner table. But yeah, I'll try the swing thing. Actually, he should try the swing thing and get back to me on that.
I wonder if you just put some rings under the underside of it, like 2 on each side, and just had a rope go through those from the underside, if that would work well. You know, like
I don't know.
I
The
don't know.
risk seems too high, though.
I don't know. Well, they also said there's another way you could use it for that, and that's using it as the poop swing 2.0.
Oh, there you go. Let your butt hang off
Just
the
hang
back.
off the back of the skateboard. I mean, that's a
What do you
perfect
do
idea.
if you don't? Yeah, if you don't dig your cat hole deep enough, though,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna have some trouble, right? It's gonna start backing up because you only got like 2 inches between you and the ground on a skateboard,
Yeah.
and so
You'd have to
yeah,
swing it.
you
It'd
better
have to be a
dig that
swing.
cat hole deep.
You'd have to
Yeah,
set it up as
cat
a
hole-
swing.
Right.
It would
gotta
have
be
to
a
be a
swing.
swing. Well, and Ben McMillan just wanted to let us know that this was the wrong episode to let my wife watch with me.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Shout out to Ben's wife. I'm sorry.
I want to apologize, but I kind of don't. Because that's just funny.
you
Got a
get-
couple other comments.
I guess we should ask why, though.
He's having
Yeah,
bad fun.
it
And he knows
was
in
what
the
to do with
comments.
himself. He also made the comment earlier, and I didn't pull it up, but he said this may be my favorite episode already, and we were only like 10 minutes in at that point. So
Awesome.
we got a couple comments about the poop hammock. One said, I've had it for 2 years now, still haven't used it. And then and then M. Gillis said he may not know about the poop hammock, but he can tell us about the Buddy Bidet system.
Oh, M. Gillis
what-
is the woman that said I should not have told that joke. So
Now, about the Buddy Bidet. I don't know if I like the sound of that.
I don't like that sound either.
yes. Well, yeah. So here's the thing, right? When you're hiking with in like a tramily, right? You got a bunch of your friends. A lot of people are moving to the bidet system, and that's great. But you got your bottle. What is that? Like 1.2 ounces. You got your bidet. That's another ounce, and every single one of you has got it. So I think people should just start sharing and help each other out. And that's the buddy bidet system. You can cut down on weight, and one of you looks horrified right now.
Everybody takes turns carrying the bidet.
Right.
Everybody
You
takes
You
turns.
help your buddy out. And this, this discussion doesn't get brought up a whole lot in the ultralight community, and I don't get why.
Yeah, I mean, people share stoves, right?
It's because it's
Exactly.
a terrible idea.
Oh, what's so terrible about it?
Well, you can buy them 3 for $10.
But it's grams, Jeremiah. It's grams.
Who's
Grams.
got that kind of money?
Jeremiah, it's grams.
Okay, I
Right.
just looked it up. It's on Amazon. UYICOO is the name of the bidet company. Portable bidet for travel. Just Google that. $13.99 for 3. You get one in red, white, and blue, so it's patriotic, first of all. and
America.
and they only weigh 0.7 ounces each.
Listen,
Yeah, but
Jeremiah.
that's
all right?
grams.
Yeah, and we don't all have that outdoor vital beard money to just throw $13.99 around. Right?
That's like a whole meal at McDonald's, Jeremiah. That's like lunch.
Right.
You're making someone give up lunch because you don't want to carry a bidet for them.
20 grams?
Exactly.
Quit being selfish.
I think, you should roll the footage back to 2 weeks ago before you had your title sponsor and see if Jeremiah had that poncho beforehand. We know where that outdoor vitals money is going.
He's buying bidets. Just has them all over his house.
I'm stockpiling them in case the world is.
We were given a great name for the skateboard swing. Are you ready for this?
What is it?
The poop deck.
Oh, yes.
That's perfect.
Zach, I just went backpacking with Zach last weekend. So was that
hear
you? Where did that come?
Well, I accidentally hit the drum roll first, and then I accidentally hit the crickets button.
Woo, buddy!
And I hit the applause.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah. That's my sound deck.
Oh gosh.
I'm not proficient in it. Sorry about that.
Oh, look at this. Doc Watson is challenging our beliefs on lunch at McDonald's. He said lunch is $20 at McDonald's now. More in California or Canada, maybe. I don't know which CA he's talking about.
Oh, well, he's probably right, dude. Bridget DoorDashed some Dairy Queen the other day to work, and it was like $24.
Well, you DoorDash anything, it's going to be $24. You could DoorDash like a $1.50 cup of coffee from like Mama's Diner, and it's going to cost you $25.
A 4-strip chicken, 4 strips in a chicken strip basket, $24.
That's because of the delivery. It's not because of the food.
Oh, that could be.
That's
I
the
thought
delivery.
It was Dairy Queen.
Yeah,
Whoever
don't
that queen
DoorDash
is.
anything. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Ben
New
McMillan
Trump.
says, "Hear me out. Cut a hole in the skateboard."
Oh, and sacrificing integrity.
We're getting brilliant ideas here tonight.
Better
I'll
copy
try it. I will try that.
Oh! Please take pictures and video and show us. I mean, not using it,
All
but
right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, just the whole.
Well, I'll do both.
Oh, look how good.
Now, the question is, where do you put the hole on the skateboard? Where does it not sacrifice the structural integrity? Do you put it right next to a truck? Do you put it on one end? Do you put it right in the middle?
I mean,
And how big is it? The diameter?
Yeah,
A 3
you
diameter?
probably would want it about 3/4 of the way back, so that way you don't hit it with your back foot, but it's not directly in the middle. Do you know what they call the toilets in the space station? It's
Please
called a
enlighten me.
target.
A target?
A target.
A target.
Oh, that makes sense because there's no gravity.
Exactly.
Think about that one
thing
for a
goes
second,
right up
Jeremiah.
against ya. Yeah, I'm thinking the same concept. We should pull NASA in for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one.
John's
comments, dude. I can't help myself
Yeah.
right now. I'm reading comments and they're just cracking me up. Mountain Wanderer, he said, not sharing. Not sharing. Just not going to do it.
Oh.
Tony Babcock said, who added weight to the bidet? And then,
I don't
the
know.
last,
What is
this one's great though. Riff Outdoors is just asking the question: what if you're far away from your buddy when on the trail and the urge hits?
You hold
Oh,
it.
yeah. No, you'd have to
I'm
just go
telling you
with
this. I'm giving my poop story next week, but I will preview it real quick. 3 times in the span of less than 12 hours.
Oh, a taste of John's poop.
I'm gonna
Just
ew. I don't want to taste
Just
my
a
poop.
kiss. I mean, just a tease for the audience of next week's story is what I was trying
It's
to say.
coming next week. There's gonna be a story, and yeah, because Carl's given one already when he was on here before, but I've got one for next week to help with the whole thing because it was a day, and it's a warning against the food company. So be prepared for next week on that one. But back to you, Moondog.
Well, I've got one question. Are you going to call out the food company?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you know what you should do? You should do like a raffle,
Jeremiah
like,
hates it when I
tell
do
the-
this stuff. He's always like, "Oh, come on,
No.
man."
No, I think you should. Here's what I
My
think
love
you
for
should
Mountain
do,
House will always be high.
You should do a raffle. If somebody could guess the name of the company, they win like a book or a bidet system or something.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So John lost the game. Doc Watson just wanted to make sure we got that out there.
Oh, he sure did.
Okay.
What about Moondog? You got a good poop story for us?
I was just gonna say it is time. It is time to hear the story.
Oh, that I do. Okay, so this actually happened about 2 years ago on the Florida Trail. I was hiking in the Seminole Indian Reservation, and I don't know if you guys know about this place, but it is by far the worst mosquitoes I've ever experienced. And it's like notorious for bad mosquitoes. And so, because of that, you have to start right as the sun is coming up, and you have to quit before sunset. And so I'm hiking along, and there ended up being an injured hiker. That shout out to Stripes. He's actually on the AZT right now. That he hurt his ankle and needed somebody just to kind of hang out with them for a little bit. So because of this, we ended up setting camp up that night. And I was like, well, I'll just wake up super early and get hiking. But you like have to make these miles or the mosquitoes are going to get you. So I woke up like 5 in the morning. The sun's starting to come up a little bit later. And the mosquitoes will not go away. So I had this idea to put on my leggings. And so I'm in the tent. I'm putting on my leggings, and my legs, like I have a sling fit tent, and it is not large. So I'm like in these weird positions trying to get inside or try to get these pants on. And in that moment, in a weird position, I decided to trust a fart, which was a horrible.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So then I was lucky because I was not far from a water pump, and like the old like spigot ones that you have to pump up, and so I just took off my underwear and ran straight to that thing. I was getting bitten by mosquitoes and just cleaned it as fast as I could. Ran back to my tent, and it was a pretty bad day. And I think the next town I went to, I like stayed there the night, so I could use laundry.
Oh, that's awful, man. That is awful.
Oh, that's tough, man. I think we've all made the bad decision of trusting a fart you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it'll get you on trail every time.
Oh. Yeah. Let's just say I almost had that yesterday. I was talking to a guy,
really?
one of the guys, we were sitting there talking, and he wanted to see my hammock. He was like, asking how my hammock setup was. I'm sitting there talking to him, and I stopped and I went, I'll be back. And I grabbed my stuff and took off. It's like that. His name was Nick. Yeah, his name was Nick. We're sitting there talking, and I'm like, I gotta go. And so I just grabbed my stuff.
Man.
So I get it, bro. I get it. Hey, listen, man, why don't you tell people where they can find you online? Because you are one of the most interesting people we've ever had on this podcast. And that is not
thank
even
you.
like, that's not a joke. For real. You've been hilarious. This has been great.
Thanks, man. So the only thing I'm really on is on Instagram, Moondog Roop. I'm starting up an OnlyFans, and if you could, like and subscribe because it's going poorly. I mean, like I don't have that bidet, poncho money, and so if you could like and subscribe, please. Yeah. Other than that, just Instagram.
Oh my gosh, man. This has been great. I'm so glad you came on,
Yeah, this has
man.
been fantastic, guys.
This has been a lot
Yeah,
of
thanks for
fun.
having me.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for getting on here. If you don't mind hanging out in the green room for just a few minutes, we're going to sign out of here. But
Absolutely.
you have been awesome, dude. Thank you so much for being on the
Awesome.
show.
Oh yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for this.
Oh, man.
Much love. And that was fantastic.
Oh, man. That was so good, dude. That was so good.
We got to have Moondog back on, man.
I think that's a guarantee. I think we need to I think we need to come up with a special episode though. I think we need to get him and Frozen on together.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Do you think we can make
Him,
that happen?
Frozen. What if we had a pop-in guest of Jeff Garmeyer?
Oh,
And
here
there is
somebody
a
actually just
special-
said, "Can you must get Moondog and Garmeyer on the podcast at the same time."
Started to say a special guest referee.
Moondog and Moondog and the Tiger King on at the same time?
Yeah, dude. We could just hand him the mic. Just hand him the mic and say, here
man.
you go, boys.
It would be crazy. Hey, listen, we've got some great comments that were happening tonight.
Yeah, let's see him, man.
Jeremiah wearing that drug rug.
This drug rug, by the way, I will tell you. You know where this came from? I'm pretty sure. Well, I know where I bought it. I bought it in Guatemala, but I'm pretty sure.
I think you can get that at any truck stop in Texas.
Yeah, I started to say I bought it in Guatemala, but I'm pretty sure it comes from China or Vietnam or India. It didn't have the tag in it. I don't know if those Guatemalans down there just pull the tags out at the bazaars or what. I love it, man.
That's
This
awesome.
is-
I love
that's
it.
my
So,
jam.
so he put on here, Jeremiah looks like he's trying to recruit you for a VW van trip.
Peace and love, bro.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. We got Blisters and Beards. Sounds like a death metal band. Talking about the backpacking trip this past weekend.
Yeah.
This one's cool. Joseph Palma said, "Can you guys do a shout out for me to Katie O'Malley? She's my girlfriend and a huge fan of the show." So, shout out to Katie, man. Katie
Yeah, hello,
O'Malley.
Katie.
Glad you're a fan of the show. And then finally, we've got Tony Babcock. He goes, "I'm so glad my school board meeting actually ended for once." That's great, man. Oh, this has been a lot of fun. I don't know if I've laughed this hard in a long time. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been up since like 3 o'clock this morning. My son woke up thinking there were bugs all over his wall, freaking out. And
Goodness.
oh, dude, it was so bad. It was so bad. And so, like, I'm so tired. This was the perfect episode for me tonight. So I'm so thankful Moondog was on here, man. This was good stuff.
Oh, dude. I totally agree. Well, we got a couple more live streams. Are we ending the season for on the live streams going to season 7?
Yeah, in 2
Or-
weeks. 2 weeks is our last one until September, I believe, right?
September. And don't worry, guys, the content's not going anywhere. We'll still have guests. We'll still have fun. John and I
There will
do
be a
some
weekly podcast. It's just the live streams won't be there.
every Wednesday. And you know what? There may be some pop-up surprise live streams.
They happen
So
every
if
summer.
if you're on YouTube, I would highly suggest turning your notification. And you know, I think that YouTube, dare I say, something funky is going on because we always get these messages, people saying, "Oh, I missed the live show. I don't know why it didn't pop up my notification saying that y'all went live." So we'll have maybe some surprise live streams, but typically every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You know, we never say this, but subscribe and hit that bell notification. It's important.
Yeah, that may be the first time you said it. I don't know.
I don't know if we've ever said that on this podcast ever. So do that. We're almost at 3,000 subs. I know we've got way more people that listen to the podcast, but it'd be cool if we could get to like 5,000 subs in the next few months.
Y'all let me know on Spotify. Y'all that are Spotify listeners, let me know if you care anything about the video version or not. If you're listening at this point, probably you do. Maybe it's going to be a little bit biased, and I don't know. But we're at the end of the show, so probably if you're hearing me now, you do like it. I don't know, but I'll keep uploading it. I'll keep uploading it if everybody likes it, and if you don't, we'll go back to the audio version on Spotify and video on YouTube.
Oh, this was just a lot of fun tonight. Big thank you to Outdoor Beards for being our sponsor for the show tonight. And a big thank you to Outdoor Vitals for being our title sponsor for the podcast. Thank you for tuning in tonight, guys. We're so appreciative of everyone who tunes in. We love you guys. You're our family here on the Backpacking Podcast. And for myself, Jeremiah, we'll catch you on the next one.
Adios, folks.